Welcome to 2025, folks. Keenan here again, and I've got a lot of really cool information to go over with you guys. Folks, one of the main questions that I've been asked consistently in the first 2 weeks of this new year is, Keenan, I'm looking to buy a house this year to hope to make money in the long term. If you could buy anything in Winnipeg, what areas would you be looking at as possibly undervalued for the long-term holders out there of the world? And I did some research, I did some thinking, and I've come up with 3 neighborhoods that I think are going to be the ones to watch for spring of 2025, whether you're a first-time home buyer or an investor looking to hold property for the long term. This isn't necessarily a flipping list, but if you are a flipper, you might be able to make some of this information here useful to your unique situation. So without further ado, area number 1, we have 4G, Garden City. You guys, Garden City is a classic Winnipeg neighborhood that I think has been ignored for a very long time. The area is full of 1950s, 60s, and 70s construction with normal floor plans, close to schools, close to grocery stores, and all the amenities that you would generally want. But for years, it was priced pretty far below the benchmark price. As of 2024, that changed, with 4G being the #1 top performing area year to date last year, featuring a benchmark price of $411,200, 96+% absorption year to date, which is crazy. That means almost every house in the area is sold all year. And if you were to go and shop for a house on MLS and 4G today, you would find 0 actives. There's really no better representative area of Winnipeg writ large than an area like 4G. You guys have got to check out opportunities in that area for the long term. I think it's still undervalued, and clearly the market last year, boosting prices up almost 15% in the area, tended to agree. Second area, we've got 3E, which includes some of East Kildonan, but it's largely the Valley Gardens area. Many of you guys aren't going to be familiar with 3E because it's a relatively small MLS area, but it's on the easternmost side of the northeast section of the city near Highway 59 towards the north. And one of the really special things about 3E, kind of like 4G, is that it's one of the cheaper areas in an adjacent pocket of very expensive real estate in the general zone we're talking about. So 3E is located very next to the notoriously expensive 3G and 3F, which are both featuring benchmark prices of nearly $50,000 or $100,000 more. It is a stone's throw from 3P, East St. Paul, which is one of the most expensive MLS areas in the entire city of Winnipeg region. And one of the most cool things about it is it's fundamentally full of 1970s or newer builds. The benchmark price is still below $380, and it actually had more than perfect absorption year to date last year. There's one house for sale there, so if you're interested in getting in, I guess you could buy that. But otherwise, there isn't a whole heck of a lot of opportunity there. And I believe for many of the same reasons that 4G is a fantastic area to buy in, 3E to me is representative of what makes Winnipeg a great city. Classic, desirable construction, safe, affordable, and fun, family-oriented neighborhoods, and overall lots of value and investment for the future for both the short and long term alike when you get that kind of mix of attributes and quality construction. Now the third one here, I went back and forth on, but to me, this is probably the best long-term opportunity. It might not necessarily do you so well in the short term, but it might be a little bit controversial, but my third pick is Area 5C, Sargent Park. And the reason that I picked 5C might come to a surprise to some people because it has performed so poorly since the 2022 all-time high. However, Sargent Park had a fantastic 2024, outperforming the city of Winnipeg benchmark with 84% absorption year to date and a benchmark price still below $260,000. 5C is a variety area. There's housing built in virtually every decade from the start of Winnipeg's development until current. It's very investor friendly in that landlords can easily have cash flowing rentals in the area, but also first time buyers can feel very good about getting into something solid and reasonable. 5C to me has not fully recovered from the 2022 high. And because of that, if you're looking to pick up a rental for the very long term, I think there's a lot of value in buying an area like 5C right now. It's quickly turning into one of the last bastions of first-time homebuyer affordability. And if that sounds like your situation, I would highly consider an opportunity like this, which is still among Winnipeg's worst performers from the high, but one of Winnipeg's best performers last year. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think these areas are likely to succeed long term? Were you thinking of different areas? Have I forgotten about something? Leave a comment and let me know. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.